You let me violate you.
Hey y'all, it's your buddy Chuck again, and we're back at it on Thursday, April 17th. We just got to Kingsland, and we've got some time to kill. Can't start dashing for another 16 minutes. So, we opened up Roadie, and there was a gig. First of all, we opened it up, and there was this CVS gig paying $7 for 7 miles. So, we just ignored it. And that was while we were driving to Kingsland. Once we got here, pulled into a parking spot at Taco Bell, looked at Roadie again, and that same gig had gone up to $10 and change. I didn't know Roadie did that. So it was $7 for 7 miles. Now it's $10 for 7 miles. So we put in a bid on it, or whatever they call it, and we got the gig. So here we are at CVS. And it's, it should just be one little item of some kind. One little grocery bag. It says one item. We'll see. I'm just picking up a Roadie delivery. How you doing?
All right, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing good.
A while.
Yeah, it has.
What's the name on it?
Alan.
Touch the continue button.
Cool. All right, thanks. Have a good day. You too.
Take care.
Please select your payment method. Please wait. System processing.
All right, y'all, we got our CVS Pharmacy Roadie order picked up. Looks like maybe some shampoo and conditioner. What a strange thing to order that from CVS. I don't know. Seems weird to me. I would probably order that from Spark. But anyway, we got our shampoo and conditioner picked up, and we're just hopping on I-95, going about 4 miles north. And it'll just be right up here to the west. I know right where I'm going.
Only 2 miles, take exit 7 onto Harriet's Bluff Road.
Yep, Harriet's Bluff. All right, y'all. Thanks for your business. Have a wonderful day. Well, I hope I dropped it off at the right place. There was no indication. I guess y'all saw that, but it was like a little plot of land that had maybe three like sheds that had been turned into really tiny houses and a camper. Not sure which one of those I was supposed to leave it at because they didn't really say. The camper seemed way more likely to be actually inhabited. So that's where we left it. Well, y'all, we're dashing now, and I think we just declined 3 or 4 offers that we didn't like. I don't know, they just weren't paying much money. Some of them were upside down. I know one of them was like $5 for 3-point-something miles. I didn't want to do a $5 order. But anyway, we just accepted an order. I mean, we got to do something. Got to make a little money. Got to have some YouTube content. So we just accepted a little order. It's not great. It's $7 for 6 miles. but it's staying over here on the west side of town, dropping off in the Clark's Bluff Road area.
Wingstop is on the left.
So I don't know. I like where it's going. Whatever. Got to do something. Can't just sit in the parking lot all day. So this is Wingstop, y'all. $7 for 6 miles. Let's see how Wingstop is this time. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, basically. It's probably not real busy in there, so maybe it'll be all right. Thank you. I never would have figured it out.
I know you think you pushed this right here.
Yeah, that's what I tried to push.
Have a good one.
You too. Well, y'all, the honeymoon with Wingstop was very short. One order. That first Wingstop order I ever did. It was ready to go when I walked in, and they had the drink all filled up. Lid on it and everything.
Turn right on East.
This time the order wasn't ready, and I had to fill the drink. But it wasn't bad. It was kind of a normal DoorDash pickup. I waited 2 or 3 minutes probably while I was filling the drink. No big deal. All right, what do we got? 5.3 miles for $7. All right, Marianne, thanks for your business. Have a wonderful day. Hey, y'all, let me tell you something funny. Dropped off that Wingstop just off Clark's Bluff Road, which put me really close to Steffens. And so as I was coming up 17, getting close to Steffens, I was behind 2 Nassau County, Florida sheriff's deputies. Well, they're in Georgia, but, on US 17 right there, Nassau County, Florida is probably 2 miles down the road. So they're 2 miles outside of their county and outside of their state. Coming up US 17, and when I saw them and got behind them, I said to myself, I bet you these 2 sheriff's deputies are going to Steffens to eat lunch. Sure enough, they pulled into Steffens.
Turn right onto Southeast Street. US.
And then I started wondering, what are the odds? Y'all remember when I got pulled over for hit and run? Because my door grazed the outside mirror of some little girl, and
In a quarter mile, Steffens Restaurant.
she called the cops and reported me for a hit and run. Anyway, I started wondering if there's any chance that one of these 2 Nassau County Sheriff's deputies is that really nice guy that pulled me over, and he was in the video and everything. And so I just got a Steffens order, and it's terrible. It's $10 for 10 miles. But I just wanted to come in Steffens and see if that's the guy. So we'll find out here in just a minute if that's our buddy, Nassau County Sheriff's Deputy.
Lord.
All right, fantastic. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, buddy. All right, y'all, we finally got our Steffens picked up. I don't know why that was so slow. But anyway, we decided to take Scrubby Bluff Road. We've got to get way over to St. Mary's. And I think Scrubby Bluff is the best way to do it.
Turn left onto Scrubby Bluff Road.
That's right, lady. Turning left on Scrubby Bluff. The navigation was telling me to go north on 17 and take Highway 40 all the way over.
6 miles.
Instead, I went south on 17 for half a mile and then turned on Scrubby Buff Road. And, you know, time-wise, I think this might be a little bit quicker. It probably adds a mile to the trip, but I think it's faster than driving through all the Kingsland traffic lights. Basically got one traffic light on this route. All right, y'all, we're still driving to drop off this DoorDash Steffens order. We're way over in St. Mary's now.
Turn left on North Dandy Street, then turn left on Spence Street.
The GPS keeps yelling at me to
Turn left onto Point Peter.
turn around because
Then
we
turn
accepted
right on Catherine Street.
an Uber Eats order for Sonic.
Then keep right onto
$6 for 1.9 miles. So we're
In a quarter mile, turn right on Dilworth Street.
we're 1 mile from dropping off the DoorDash, and then we'll turn around and go by Sonic and pick up this order. All right, Dolores, thanks for your business. Have a terrific day. Enjoy your liver and onions. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
You have a nice day.
You too. All right, y'all, we got our chili dog and milkshake picked up from Sonic. Took a little while. Not too
Turn left
bad.
on Coleraine Road, then
Maybe
turn
5
right.
minutes. But while we were sitting there, we got a $7 3-mile DoorDash order for China something. China Wok, China King, I don't know. Chinese joint. So here we are. The drop-off's right here. I think it's a second floor apartment. We're going to drop off this chili dog and
Drive
milkshake,
west on Coleraine
and
Road.
then we'll turn around
Turn right
and
to stay on Coleraine
go pick up the
Road.
DoorDash
Turn
order.
left onto Douglas Drive.
All right, Ruben, thanks for your business, buddy. All right, y'all, got the Sonic dropped off for Uber Eats.
Turn left onto Osborne Road.
Now we're half a mile from this Chinese restaurant. We should be cool. Well, we've got 7 minutes to get it delivered, which means we've got 17 minutes before it's 10 minutes late. And it's a short distance delivery, so theoretically this should be fine. And the food should be ready since it took us so long to get there.
Turn right onto City.
Myron, I was so blown away. I'm like, what is really happening here? What is really going on here?
Hi there. Amber L. Is it here? Yeah. So is it both of these bags? Okay, just this big one? All right, thank you. All right, y'all, we got our golden china order picked up for DoorDash, going 2 miles from golden china to the customer. And man, this is like 15 pounds of food in that D bag. Right now we're 1 minute late. And we're 1.5 miles away. And I believe it's an upstairs apartment. 2nd floor apartment. I think even numbered apartments in this complex. The Retreat. I think even numbers are all upstairs. All right, Amber, thanks for your business. All right, y'all, so we just got a contract violation from DoorDash because of a late pickup. I arrived at the pickup 11 minutes after they said I should, delivered the order 3 minutes after they said I should. So the customer still got the food in a timely manner. That's ridiculous. I've disputed it, but, you know, they don't pay attention to that stuff. Maybe I'll call support, give them a piece of my mind. All right, y'all, so we just dropped off a couple of orders in St. Mary's. 3 orders in St. Mary's, actually. That DoorDash Steffens order we dropped off in St. Mary's, and then we did a Uber Eats Sonic order, and then a DoorDash Golden China order, and now we just got an order on Uber Eats on the Trip Radar. It's $11 and change. You know, it was on the Trip Radar. I tried to get a screenshot, but I don't know if I got it in time.
Turn right.
But it was $11 and change for pretty short distance, maybe 5 miles or something. And picking up right here at Huey Magoo's. I was headed that way anyway, heading back to Kingsland. I have no idea where this is dropping off.
Then pick up on the left.
Oh yeah, it's going.
Narissa, Uber Eats.
They were supposed to tie this better than this. Sorry, I'll be right back.
You mind dropping it in there? Thank you, buddy. Have a great day. All right, y'all, we got our Huey Magoo's picked up on Uber Eats. And as we were pulling into the parking lot, we got a DoorDash Huey Magoo's order. And, you know, it's a strong temptation to just hit accept. But because the Uber Eats order was Trip Radar, I really wasn't sure where it was going. So I didn't accept the DoorDash Huey Magoo's because I didn't know if they were going in the same direction, and I'm glad I didn't, because it turns out they were going in opposite directions. And the DoorDash order wasn't that good. It was like $6.50 for 4-point-something miles. But if they had been going in the same direction, of course I would have taken both of them. But anyway, here we go. What is it? 3.5 miles now to the customer. I think it was about 4.5 from Huey Magoo's. And we're delivering this to a lady we've delivered to, who knows, 10 or 12 times. Always on Uber Eats, on the submarine base, military housing. Hey, Narissa. You're not Narissa.
That's my name, Nurse.
Oh, it is? Okay. Have a great day. All right, y'all, we just went in Walmart and picked up a few things we needed. And while we were in there, we got a $16 order that's going west. We're picking up at Wasabi Sushi and buying 4 items at Walgreens.
Please fasten driver seat belt.
Hi. Yes, DoorDash order for Samantha C. I'm going to go pick up another order. I'll be back. All right, y'all. So we've got this $16 stack. Pretty sure both orders are going to the same customer. We're shopping for 4 items at Walgreens and picking up an order from Wasabi Sushi. And since we were right here in the Walmart parking lot, we went to Wasabi Sushi first, which is in the Walmart shopping center. But it wasn't ready, so I told them I had another order to pick up and I'd be back. They seemed happy about that. But anyway, we've checked in at Wasabi Sushi, and Walgreens is just right here. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, we got our Walgreens shopping order done, or 3/4 of it anyway. They were out of one flavor of one item, and the lady did not want a substitution. Even though the substitution would have been something else that she ordered. It's an energy drink, Alani something. And they had one of her flavors, but not the other. So I suggested that I get her 2 of the flavor that she likes. And she said no. So 3 out of 4. Here we are back at Wasabi Sushi.
Hey, what's the
Hi
name?
there. Samantha C. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Oops. All right, y'all, we got our Walgreens shopping done and our sushi picked up. And pay no attention to the miles on this order. It's going 10 miles west straight toward my house. Going to a community called North Shore on the St. Mary's River, which is about halfway home. So it's going 10 miles west. I wouldn't care if it was going 20 or 25 miles west. It's, you know, it's just free money. These are all miles I was going to drive anyway. I'm just driving home. And I'll drop this stuff off on my way. Good afternoon, Samantha. I appreciate your business. Hope you have a wonderful day. All right, y'all, we got our Walgreens and Wasabi Sushi dropped off halfway to Folkestone, and then ended our dash, and slid the map over to Folkestone. They said Folkestone was very busy. And first thing they sent us was a shopping order at Harvey's Supermarket, 10 items, $13. We declined that. Then they sent us a Subway order. Pay no attention to the miles. Now I was still 6 miles from Folkestone, heading toward Folkestone. But it's a Subway order for basically $8, $7.90. And looks like it's delivering no distance at all. Maybe a mile or something. Or less, who knows? Hard to tell on that offer screen. But it's going to be a very short distance delivery. And it should be ready to go, since we were 6 miles away when we got the offer. So we'll add about $8 to our total. I think we've got $78 or $79. And, to my warped way of thinking, this was all in 3 hours. We worked 3 hours, basically, in Kingsland. And then the rest of this, we're just driving home. On my way home, I dropped off some stuff. And now, on my way home, I'm going to pick up and drop off some stuff. But these last 2 orders added 0 miles to my driving. And very little time. So, I don't know. Maybe you say we worked 3.5 hours. For $78 or $79 or something like that. How y'all doing? Elizabeth? Yeah. And she's got 2 orders, it says. Same person.
You just got to make sure you got the chips in the drink if they have one.
Okay. Thanks, y'all.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, y'all, I freaked out for a minute. I noticed right before I got here that this was a stack. Whoa, I had not noticed it was a stack. That changes everything. Well, turns out it's 2 orders going to the same person. And it's 750 yards from Subway to the customer. They're in a place of business, I suppose. Does she say? Nope, just gives me an address. All right. Hope I can find you, Elizabeth. Hey, are you Elizabeth?
Nope.
Okay. Is Elizabeth here? There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all have a great day. All right, y'all, that does it for Thursday, April 17th. It was a good day. It was busy. I never sat around in the parking lot waiting for an order. I was either picking up or dropping off orders nonstop all day. That's always a good sign. So, like $79 divided by 3.5 hours, whatever that comes out to. I haven't had a chance to figure it out. But, felt like a pretty decent shift. That's it, y'all. It was cool. Thanks for riding along with me. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate it. Y'all stay safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bearing down on the outskirts of town.